everyone, and welcome to our weekly Facebook Live for Thursday, April 27th. I'm going to give us a minute here for all of you to find me live. I'm going to make sure I'm live where I need to be, and then we will get started here in just a couple of minutes. So, let me see here. There we are. All right, let me see if I can make my... Here we go. All right, so as you guys are coming on, please comment and tell me hello. Let me know that you're with me. And as soon as I start to see some comments here, I know that I got a couple of you live with me, we will get started. Hello, Carol. Yay, Carol's live and Carol shared. Yay, hello to Beth. So welcome everyone. I have finally figured out how to use my iPad to show my comments. So it's gonna make this a little bit easier for me to do my lives with you. And have a little bit less space on my, or more space on my table here. So anyway, welcome everyone. Hello to Shireen and Philomena and Susie. Welcome, ladies. So glad to have you all here with me live for my Facebook Live this week. I'm showing you guys new product. I know, I can't help it. It's what I've been playing with, what I've been designing with, and so I can't show you the old stuff anymore. I want to share the new stuff with all of you. Thank you all for sharing. Hello, Annette. Hello, Judy. And Luann, Shelby. Hello, everyone. So glad you're all able to catch me live this week. So before I even get into announcements, I want to talk to you all about this beautiful little book that's called our new annual catalog. I'm so excited that I know most of you are starting to get this in the mail. Because a lot of you have told me that it's starting to hit your mailbox, my customers. If you do not get it by the end of this week, please let me know, and I'll be more than happy to send one to you if you are one of my current customers. If you are new to my Facebook Lives, I will be happy to send you this catalog in the mail for $13. That includes the cost of the shipping, because believe it or not, these little things cost me $8 to ship. Crazy, right? And then of course the cost of the catalog. But all of my customers get a complimentary catalog free from me. So if you did not receive it yet, let me know, and I'd be happy to get one in the mail to you so that you have it when it goes live. Thank you, Carol. I'm wearing purple, your favorite color, my dear. All right, so anyway, that's the highlight of the next week, is that this catalog goes live. You can all order from it beginning then. And you're going to be seeing me showcase some. I made some cards with some of the new product. Can't wait for you guys to see it. So anyway, I missed you all last week. It was so different not being live with you. It got to be 10 after 7 and I went, oh my goodness, did my video go live for them? And I had to quickly look before Natalie, because her performance started at 7:30. And so anyway, I did find out that it definitely did go live, and I was a little nervous, but it was different. I'm not being live with you all last week. But Natalie's performance and her concert went really well. She was beyond exhausted. So it went on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night at 7:30. It was an hour and a half long. Sunday matinee at 2, and then she had full dress rehearsal on Wednesday night. And then the 2 nights previous, they had what they called tech run, where they went through to do all of the lighting and things like that. So she was beyond tired, and I think excited to be done with it, but also a little sad because she made some really good friends through it and all that good stuff. But she definitely did a beautiful job, and I wish I wasn't allowed to take any video. They never allow you to take video of dances, or else I would have, and I would have shown you all. But she tapped beautifully, and it was really, really awesome. So anyway, and then to top it all off with our crazy busy week, so we had Natalie in performances every single day, and then Claire had her second weekend, or her second day rehearsal for her Blue Lake trip to Europe this summer. At the Blue Lake camp over on the west side of the state, close to Muskegon. So my husband had to run her over there for an all-day event on Sunday I think it was from 9 until 4. And he was so bored because all he got to do was sit there and wait around for her, because it's about a 2.5 hour drive over there. And it's not a straight shot like on a freeway. It's all just 2-lane roads through the woods. And so he just stayed there the whole time and waited. So he was a little bored, to say the least. But anyway, also want to let you all know, if you've purchased any of my classes for April, they went out today. Normally we do our mailings on Wednesday night. So mailings went out last night, or we got them already. If you're part of my BB monthly club, those also went out. Tutorials will be getting out to you through email either tonight or tomorrow, okay? So be on the lookout for that. And some of you, I still need to charge your cards for I call it the BB monthly club. If you're not part of my new club yet, I really encourage you to consider it. It's $38.50 a month, and you get a beautiful kit in the mail. I cannot wait for you guys to see your 3D project this month. So this month, my kit was using the Seaside Bay product, and the little 3D project is gorgeous. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And then my event, or my bundle that I am using for this month, so the month of May, is the Cheerful Daisies. So if you want in on that, you have to sign up by May 10th. I did post it to my page and my group earlier today, or I can send you the link to join. It's really easy because you can join it just by subscribing via PayPal, or you can pay me via Venmo. Some do Venmo, some give me their credit card to charge every month. I can be flexible on that. I do have it set up for an automatic payment through PayPal. It includes $20 a product. It includes 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each one with envelopes. And that shipping, or that cost of $38.50 includes the shipping cost. So it's a steal of a deal for you guys to be able to get a creative kit sent to you every single month. And then I also offer you the option to add on the stamp set and or the bundle to the class. So anyway, it's my 3rd month of doing it, and I can't wait for you guys to see, especially what your little project is this month, because I think you're all going to love it. Okay. So let's talk about kind of our busy, crazy weekend. My mom was in town all weekend, too, for the performances. So that was pretty fun. Let's do our sharing though. How's that? So, last week I announced on my Facebook Live that the prizes I was giving away was a bolt of the crinkle cut white ribbon and a package of the enamel sticker icons. Now, the neat thing with both of these prizes is that you can color them to make them a different color. You can use your blends to color these little enamel icon stickers. And you can also use, I have found, if you want to use your crinkle ribbon, and this is retiring, so you're going to be getting this ribbon, and you can't, it might already be sold out, but if you use your blending brush, you can just put the ribbon on your piece of paper, just rub your blending brush on top of it a couple times, and it will color this ribbon to whatever color that you would like it to be, which is kind of a nice little benefit. Okay, so, oh, you guys want to know who won those before I tell you the other one, right? Okay, so let me do that. The winner of the ribbon, is Shelby Laverack. So congratulations to Shelby. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just excited to show you guys what your next prizes were. And then the winner of the enamel sticker icons is Carol Grove. So congratulations to Carol and to Shelby. Okay, those will be getting out. I'll try to get them out yet for you guys yet tonight. Sometimes it takes me a week because I do my mailings on Wednesday, but I'm gonna try to get those out for you. Yes, Beth, you can color them. It's so cool. They look really, really neat colored. Okay, so up for grabs this time we have the 3 twine combo pack. This combo pack was part of the Greatest Journey bundle, but I love it because you can use it for so many different things. And then we have a bolt of the basic white ribbon. This is the like the woven or the wider ribbon, but it works really nice when you're just laying it across the card and things like that. So we will draw our 2 winners for that next week. You're welcome, Carol, and you're welcome, Shelby. I love it when you guys are watching when you're the winners because it makes it even more special. Okay, so we talked about the new catalog, and isn't it pretty? Like I said, I hope you all get it in the mail here soon. If you don't, let me know and I'll get one out to you. I do have some here that I can do that with. I still do have one opening because I do it in increments of 5. I have one opening for my In Color Club, my In Color cardstock ink ribbon club, and I have one more opening in my what I'm calling my Color Refresh Club, which is the 4 new In Colors. And when I have that additional person in there, I'm going to be closing it because again, I have to do it in increments of 5, and I want to have it closed and wrapped up and know how many I need to get by the middle of May. So when the catalog goes live, actually the beginning of May, because I want to be able to start shipping those out every month beginning with May 15th. So one spot left for anybody who might be interested. Those links to join are in the description it'll be in the description of my video following my Facebook Live. It's also been in my emails. So if you're not part of my email newsletter yet, go to my website, kimsbasementbunch.com. You'll have a pop-up that will come up for you to join my mailing list, so get on that mailing list. I also have product shares. I have a paper share and an embellishment share. Believe it or not, they both have, actually my product, I think they both have one opening. My paper share may be full. I'll have to look because something came through today. But if you want in on them, it's a great way for you to get with the paper share. It's a great way for you to get just a little bit of all the paper so you can see it, make a couple cards and be like, okay, I do like this pack and I want to purchase it. But it's a quarter pack of every single designer series paper, except for like the brights, the neutrals, the regals, the subtles. I'm not including those to keep the cost down. And it is also a quarter pack of any of the new specialty paper. So any of the 12 by 12 that has the awesome little the glimmer papers and things like that. So it's any of the new paper. And the same with the embellishments. The embellishment share, you get a half a pack of each of the new embellishments. So when I say new in the catalog, it'll have a red N next to it. That's how you can tell that it's new product. And it's only the new stuff. I'm not going to do the stuff that returned, again, because some of you may already have that. So I always focus on the new product when I do those product shares. I will tell you that I am not doing a ribbon share this year, and I apologize. Last year it just didn't go over well. I think I only had one person, and luckily I ended up doing it and somebody else signed up for it real quick. But it's just a lot of work to be able to wrap the ribbon around cardboard and things like that. And so I just made the executive decision to not do a ribbon share this time. However, if two of you tell me and twist my arm enough that you're interested in it, I'll consider doing that, but I do need two people to be able to make sure everybody gets a half of that, half of each of that. Okay, so with that, are you guys ready to see my projects for tonight? I chose, and I can't show you the product in the catalog. We are not allowed to show you, we can show you the cover and the back. So here's the cover and the back, but we are not able to show you any of the images of the inside until the catalog goes live. So I can't show you anything that I'm going to be showcasing, but I can show you the actual product. And I have everything sitting here to be able to showcase and show you. And what you're going to be seeing here tonight is indeed a class that I will be offering the month of May. So it will open up for you to order next week. We're still wrapping up all of my, there's still time to get in on a couple of my April classes, but believe it or not, 2 of my April classes have already sold out. I am out, which is so exciting. But anyway, so you'll be able to sign up for this class you're going to be seeing tonight in about a week. So without any further ado, let me introduce you to the Country Inn bundle. If blue is your color, you're going to love this bundle. So with that, let me transition my camera down and let's get creating. Okay, so let me move my little iPad around. And the iPad is so much easier on my stand. It's just working out so well. Okay, now that I figured it out. Okay, so here are some of the projects that you're going to be seeing tonight. Then I'm going to just quickly move them all the way on you. How's that? Okay, so first of all, this product is, I got to make sure I'm straight. I don't want to be crooked. I'm chuckling because Marsha always will say to me, Kim, you were crooked. Okay, so let me show you the product that we're going to be working with first. So first I'm going to show you this beautiful designer series paper up close and personal. This is called the Countryside Inn Designer Series paper. And it's all about the blues, okay? So if you like these colors, balmy blue, boho blue, misty moonlight, night of navy, this is going to be your paper. Let me move my iPad to the side and get it out of my, there we go. Okay, so this is the front side of the paper. Sorry, you guys, I'm a little crooked here and I don't want to be. There we go. All right. I promise I'll quit playing with it all now. Okay, so here's the designer series paper. And again, it's so pretty. So this is one of the sides. And again, it's called Countryside Inn. So what makes it so neat is it's got the country look to it. This one has like the little fox on it. This one you're going to see how uniquely I use this one. I actually used this, and I used the circle punches. I think I may have used the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and I actually punched this out for my focal point on a couple of the cards. Then you have this one right here with the country birds on it. So this one's also, again, all country themed. Oh, Shireen, I can so see you being all over this paper. Yeah. You're going to love it. And then you have this one right here with the bunnies on it. So pretty. And then you have this one, which is probably my favorite. This one right here. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you, and I did not know this when I created these cards for you all, but I'm going to tell you so that you're aware of it. There is an embossing folder that goes with this that lines up perfectly with this designer series paper. So you can cut the paper however you want. I don't know if you can see here, but this will actually fit in here perfectly and line up. So here's the center. Can you guys see how that lines right up? The flower lines up, all of the, so if you wanted to cut your designer series paper, put it in here, you could emboss this designer series paper to match this embossing folder. You guys see that? Let me see if I can put it underneath some blue or something so you can see. Hopefully you guys can see the pattern there. But the pattern matches the designer series paper, okay? So all you have to do is cut your designer series paper, line it up. It is cool, Janet. Like I said, I did not know that when I had created mine. And I don't have I need to use this paper to cut for my classes. So, cause what the company does is they give us limits. We can only get like a couple of each of the different items to get us designing and get us creating for all of our customers. But then we try to start, we can do that a month early as demonstrators. So then I try to keep all my product to be able to prep for my class. And so I think if I was to cut into this and use it this way, Jen would have my hide. So anyway, because then she wouldn't be able to use this to cut out some of these little circles that I used on my cards in other ways. We can actually buy anything we need once the catalog goes live on May 2nd. But my classes have to be early this month. I should mention that because I'm not sure if I told Janet when she was here in case she wants to come this month, but all of my classes have to be the third Monday of this month. I will be, and I should mention this all to you, I will be on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip the last week in May. So I will not be readily, easily available to answer questions May 21st to the 28th. So all of my classes and things are taking place earlier than that. But anyway, so that's kind of why I need to have all this paper that I can get to use for my classes. But I wanted to share that tip with you because I think it's pretty neat. And thank you, Philomena. He let me have pink. I'm joking. All right, let me show you the back side of this paper. So the back side is more of your plain colors and your stripes and your solids. And this is so cool because, again, you can kind of pair this. You're going to see how I used the paper together to create some fun cards, okay? So this is the designer series paper. I already showed you the embossing folder. And the bundle threw me off at first, but you're going to see how I used it. So this is the bundle. The bundle is, again, this one's called Countryside Corners. So the stamp set and the dies are called the exact same thing. Which is so cool. But I was a little taken back by the stamp set because the stamp set is one great big solid stamp. It reminds me of a rug. I think it was Courtney when I showcased this on my sneak peek when I first got it. She thought it reminded her of a rug, and I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. So it's one great big stamp, but the dies are all designed to create and cut different shapes. And they kind of match the same thing here. You can see these are the main three that I used, but you can then layer and cut these and layer them. So you have different sizes of things that you can do inside of this. So kind of a neat, oh, thank you, Beth. I'm glad you like my nails too. Yeah, I actually get them done again next week already. It kind of goes fast. All right, so that is the bundle. And then there was a stamp set that was called Lasting Days or something that went with this. But I didn't know that the stamp set kind of went with it and that it had some stamped images that kind of matched the designer series paper. So I used a different stamp set for all of my sentiments. I used what was called Wonderful Thoughts. Now this bundle also has those dies that go with it where it cuts out perfectly around all of these stamped images. I just simply used this for my sentiments because it's, again, what I had, and it was a new one, and it's called Wonderful Thoughts. Okay, so who's ready for me to start designing? You guys ready to see? Okay, so what I did is I paired all of my cards. I used the boho blue in color ribbon with all of my cards tonight. And then I also used the iridescent basic pearls. These are also carrying over from our main annual catalog into the new annual catalog. And let me show you the first card that I created using what I call that great big rug stamp. Okay, so this is what I used right here. Now, this is what I want to show you how I did that. Can you see the different layers to this? So I used for my card base, and I just kind of mixed and matched with all of my blues. I did use the Misty Moonlight for the card base on this one. And I'm just going to put it out of the way for a second so I can show you how I did all of the layering on this, because the layering is where it really comes fun. So what I did is I stamped the whole great big rug on a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of the cardstock. This is the boho blue. Okay. And then what I did is I cut out the middle one here. Okay. So this middle one gets layered under here. And then I cut a white one. So this is how you can see how cool this works. I cut a white one, stamped this with Night of Navy, and then cut the middle part out of it. So let me bring that stamp back in so you guys can kind of see how I did this. Okay, so here it is. I stamped this great big one, cut out this one, all right, stamped it on white, cut it out with a die that would cut out this piece so that I can put that behind there. You guys see how cool this is? It's just kind of mixing and matching. Then I put with a dimensional this one on, and then finally with another dimensional, I stamped the word hello from that wonderful Thought stamp set. And I'm just going to be layering it like that. So once you kind of get the hang of what you're doing, it makes it so much easier. So with that, I am going to first adhere down this white one inside of here. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive around there, and then we're going to add that ribbon around it. So I did add the ribbon around it as well. So let me just add a little bit of adhesive to this. You could also use your liquid glue if you wanted to. And then I'm just going to adhere this down again with that little bit of edge. You want to make sure that this little polka dot line kind of lines up. So I'm just going to kind of make sure I have the same amount of space all the way around that. Okay. And then I adhered my ribbon. So my ribbon's going to go across this. It's not going to matter because you're going to cover it up anyway. So I'm going to take my boho blue ribbon and I'm just going to go right across here like that. And we're going to wrap it around. So let me bring in my scissors here. Isn't that neat how it works? It's kind of confusing at first, Carol. Like when I first got it, I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to use that stamp? And then I got looking at it and I went, oh, that's kind of cool. And the neat thing is you can mix and match what layers you want to put on with dimensionals. So you can do some with dimensionals, some without. We're just going to wrap this all the way around. It's going to look kind of silly right now because you're going to see the hole through there, but that's okay. Let me cut this a little bit down. And then I'm going to adhere this one down to my card base. Okay, and then we can layer it up from there. So I'm just going to add some adhesive here. And then we're going to add this to the piece of the Misty Moonlight that I have here. All right, and then, so again, this was just cut out from the exact same one. We're going to put that one on with some dimensionals. You can see how then the ribbon's going to look in the middle there. So I'm going to put this on with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to actually use 4 of them because it's kind of wide. It's too wide to just use 2. And I'm going to put that on here like this, and it's going to cover up. So you can see here the polka dot line, and I'm going to line it up with that. Isn't that cool? And then the hello, I did the same thing. I put on with some dimensionals. So my dimensional, my depth was in the middle, and then the white one I glued directly down so that ribbon would lay nice and flat around it. And then I topped this card off with a couple of the iridescent pearls, one on each side here. So let me bring in my Take Your Pick tool. And I used the little ones on this because I got more little ones than I do big ones. And if you want to, you can always add more than one. Maybe I'll add 2 to each side since I'm using the little ones. You got to improvise sometimes and use up all your stuff. And there you have it. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Thank you, Shireen. Yes, so that is, I only did the one card showcasing this stamp set like this, but I wanted to share with you how to create that and how easy it is to use that, I call it the rug stamp set now, because that's what Courtney called it. So I can blame Courtney because now I got that stuck in my head. But how cute and pretty is that? And the neat thing is you could do this card in so many different colors. I chose to do it in the blue because that was what my theme was tonight with that Country Inn product suite that I'm sharing. But you could do this card in many different colors and it would give it many different looks. You could even do it in a rainbow of different colors as well. All right, so that is my first card. My second card, let me see, I gotta find it. Oh, here we go. Is this one right here. So here's my second card. And again, I let that paper do the work for me on this one. So this is just designer series paper and some strips, and I added the ribbon behind it. Thinking of you, quick and a simple, easy card. This was the last one that I created, and I used some scraps of the paper that I had. Neat thing is you could use any of the different designer series papers from this as scraps to create this card. You wouldn't necessarily need to use the exact same 3 that I did. I used Night of Navy for the card base on this card, and I used boho blue for my card layer at 5 1/4 by 4, and then I followed it up by a piece of the not very vanilla. This is the basic white, and you can see I embossed that that embossing folder that matches the stamp set, and see it's going to also match the flowers in the paper. It all matchy-matchies. I love it. I love it. All right, so I'm going to layer these together, and then I'm just going to adhere the strips of the designer series paper down, and I'm going to see if I have the exact ones. I might actually have the exact ones that I used. Okay. So, and these I just laid down any which way that you kind of want to, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put one down. Let me get my card base out of here for right now. I usually like to do that last. So I'm going to add this down like that. And then I'm going to add my middle one down. And that one's going to go on here like this. And then the final one. Again, any 3 strips. These are just 1-inch strips. I'm sure they're 1 by 4 because, or maybe they're 1 by 5, but they could be any size. Oh, that one's upside down. Any size that you kind of really want them to be. And you're just going to add them on there like that. And then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the middle. And we're going to do that little zigzag trick with my ribbon. So let me cut my ribbon at an angle here. There we go. And I'm just going to start here. Add my ribbon. I need to get a little bit more ribbon off the spool, so you guys can kind of see here what I'm doing. Just adding it on like a zigzag, making sure it's adhering down to the center where I have my my glue, my ink, yeah, ink, like that. Okay, so there you go. Carol, I agree. I know, I like, the blue is pretty too, but yeah, I'm more of a pink and purple person as well. Thank you, Luann. And then I used the 2-inch circle punch that came back out with our 1 3/4-inch circle punch. And I just punched a circle from the designer series paper. We're going to adhere those 2 together. Again, because, I didn't have a lot to work with just that one stamp set. So I used the paper as elements for these cards and designed them that way. Going to add 3 dimensionals here to this. And adhere this down to the center so it kind of covers up that. And then I used, again, from my Wonderful Thoughts stamp set, I used my Thinking of You for this card. And I cut the one end at an angle. So I'm just I love cutting it at an angle because that way if you get it crooked, it doesn't matter. It's meant to be at an angle on this one. Couple of dimensionals. And then we'll add it to the card base. I've been doing that a lot lately. Otherwise, it keeps coming up on me and all that funky stuff. So it's easier for me to add it to the card base at the very end. Pulling in those awesome little embellishments again. So I'm going to add, one down here. And the one that came up, I'm still going to use, even though it's stuck to my nail. They love my acrylic nails. Any of these little adhesive back things do. There we go. And there you have it. I did also add a few of those embellishments here and here as well, and one down here, just to kind of give it a little bit more character and definition. But you don't have to. You can add as many or as less as you want on those. But yeah, isn't that kind of neat? And you could use anything that you wanted to here. You could use, like I said, you'll see where I used the other one here in a minute, but you could also use this part right here and use this flower to punch it out. Or you could use, you know, any of the other paper patterns as well. But it's a neat way of just using some paper to create your cards. All right, so that is card number 2. Oops. Then I almost forget to put it down on my card base. All right, so we're gonna adhere this down to my card base, and now it's a card. All right, so I hope you guys like that one as well, okay? So that is my second card that I wanted to share with you tonight. My third card that I'm gonna share with you is, let's see here, I need to make sure I have the right, oh, this one, you guys, wait till you see this one. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Beth and Janet. This one right here. Look at that cute little fox. Isn't he cute? I just love this fox. And so I used this, again, it was circles as the focal point of my card. And then I just used a bunch of designer series paper and pulled it all together with a layer on it. And yeah, so once again, we are going to start with a piece of the 5 1/4 by 4 basic white that is also embossed with that beautiful embossing folder. And I have a piece of the designer series paper that I'm just going to adhere on here. I believe this is cut 3 3/4 by probably 2 1/2 is what I'm going to guess I did it at. And we are going to adhere this down to the card. Now, if I wanted to, I could have cut this a little bit smaller because we're going to cover some of it up, but I didn't. I just kept it the same size. And then I ran a piece of this designer series paper all the way through the middle like that. And it just kind of gives it a unique little look. So we're going to, and that's the bunny paper. But I know I was debating, do I want to use the bunny or do I want to use the fox? And I ended up using the fox because I thought he was a little bit cuter. For me anyway. If you like the bunny, you can use the bunny. All right, this is going to go down right here in the center of that. And then I have a strip of, that I stamped, "You Can Do Amazing Things." And that's just going to kind of go on here, right in the, kind of down near the end of that little piece there. And I'm going to cut a little banner into the end of this. So I'm just cutting in, and then I'm going to go from side to side here and cut a banner into that. And then this is just going to get adhered down directly to my card like that. Okay, so we're going to put and I may have cut that a little bit shorter than my other card, but that's okay. I'm going to adhere that down there like that. And then I have my 2 layers. This is the little cute little fox. He's so cute. And I have a, this is 1 3/4. This is my 2 inch. And that is the boho blue again, which is that new beautiful in color. So if you're part of my in color club, I believe that's going to be the first color that I'm going to be sending out to all of you, because it is probably, even though I'm not, you know, I like blue, but blue's not my favorite color. It's probably one of the in colors I've used the most so far in designing, because of the company has so many things that have that color in it. So I've been using it a ton lately. Okay, we're going to put our little fox on here. Look at that. So cute. And then I also added some ribbon, like it was a layer on here. So I'm going to bring my ribbon back in, and I'm just going to cut it where the length I want it. And to adhere that, what I did is I just added a little bit of adhesive right along the top edge of that designer series paper. And I'm going to start it up here, and I'm going to start it off a little bit so I can cut that off. I just adhered it down, and again, I don't want it to go all the way to the end. So I'm just going to kind of cut this at an angle where I want it to end. So there it is. And then I'm going to also turn this over and just trim that off and make it nice and flush. Look how cute. All right, my card base for this one, I chose to use the boho blue. The neat thing is you could have used Misty Moonlight, you could have used Night of Navy, you could use anything that you wanted to. But the boho blue is definitely, oh, Kay's here. It's Kay's favorite color. Yes, Kay, I thought it might be. So, but that will be, like I said, the first one that I'm going to be doing from my In Color Club. So those of you that are part of the In Color Club, you will be getting blue first. The other thing I'm going to do, so my paper's a little bit longer here, I'm going to also trim this off. And that happens sometimes too. Even though you cut it the right size, sometimes that happens. Okay, and I'm just going to adhere this down there like that. And then the final thing that I did was add a couple of, you guessed it, iridescent pearls to my card. Ta-da! There you have it. What you think? Isn't that cute? So cute. All right. So there's card number 3 for all of you. Okay, so moving right along, let's see what I got next. Oh, I did another fox. Now you could also do this one as a bird if you wanted to, but I wanted to incorporate in using those dies again. So you can see in this card, I used one of the dies to run it up and down, and I still used my little circle element, and it gave me just a perfect little look that I was looking for this card. So for this one, and before I bring in the card base, I did use Night of Navy for the card base. And then I used a layer of 5 1/4 by 4 for the first mat. And then 5 by 3 3/4 for the second one. Thank you, everyone. And this one I did use that awesome embossing folder again and embossed it. So we're just going to start by adhering these 2 together first. And then I'm going to layer this on, because you can see I wrapped the ribbon around there, right? So we're going to layer these on, all this together, and then add the ribbon, and then we'll adhere it down to the card base. So we have that on there like that. And then I have a piece of the Designer Series paper and a piece of this one though, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to just use the Night of Navy on this one, just to kind of give it a different look, to show you that you can kind of mix and match these and do it any way that you would like to do it, and it's going to look nice. So this is the back side of the bird paper, and I'm just going to adhere it down like that. And then that's going to get adhered down to the middle of my mat. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to that, and I'm going to adhere it down. It's going to go the same width as my Balmy Blue. So this one I used Balmy Blue. And then here's where I use that die. That's okay, Nancy. Hope you were sewing something beautiful. I'm sure you were. You always sew beautiful things. All right, so this is the die, one of those die cuts from the Country Inn. What's it called? Countryside Corners. There we go. The paper is Countryside Inn. So we got Stampin' Up to start calling the stamp set and the dies the same name. Wish I'd call the paper the same thing too. Anyway. All right, so this I'm just going to adhere down like that onto my, kind of center it, or going over top. Oh, nope, I'm going to do my ribbon first. Sorry, I lied. Okay, we're going to do the ribbon first. As I'm looking at how I layered this, we're going to do the ribbon first. So the ribbon's going to go right across the center here. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of ribbon off here, and we are going to adhere some ribbon. Get out of the way, take your pick tool. Take your pick tool, it's running away with me. Okay, so I'm just going to adhere this down around the middle. Okay, and then I'm still going to just lay it here, and it'll stick to my backdrop a little bit, but that's fine. I don't want to get it on the paper just yet. So now we're going to go ahead and adhere down the die cut shape that I did. And then we're going to follow that up with the little cute little, so this one I have the same. So the paper has the fox that looks like it's walking, and the one that looks like it's sitting. So it's all going to be a little bit different depending on, you know, you got to use up all the paper. So there's that. And then this, I just did a little bit of adhesive directly onto this shape, top and the bottom, and this is going to get adhered down directly onto that. Since I have this up with dimensionals, I chose to not. So Nancy, you're going to be getting the boho blue first, my dear. That is what I have decided, because it's the color I have used the most so far, and that way you guys can start designing with it as well. All right, I'm going to put my tie my little piece on underneath here. So I cut a little piece. Goes underneath there like that, and we're just going to wrap it around and tie it like that. Yes, Nancy's part of my In Color Club. How exciting. Okay, like I said, I know I've got one spot left, and then I will probably close it off because I need increments of 5 people to make it work. So if you want in on the In Color Club, you don't have much time left. Okay, wonderful thoughts. Using the congratulations, but again, you could use so many of these sentiments for so many different things. I cut it at an angle, and I like the angle cut because again, you don't have to have it be perfect. And that's just going to get adhered. I'm going to actually cut it a little bit shorter because I want it to fit in there. So we're going to cut her down just a little bit more. Add a couple dimensionals on there, and then we can get ready to put it on our card base. So put a dimensional here and one there. Thank you, Beth. It is cute. I know. This bundle was really easy to, I mean, at first I was like, oh my gosh, we only had that great big stamp set. What in the world am I going to do with it? And then once I kind of broke it down into how beautiful the paper was and chose to use the paper more of like where I would normally use stamped images sometimes, it made it a lot easier for me to be able to create and design with. But look at how that little bit of paper change just makes it look a little bit different. And that's what I always tell everyone. Because like I do a team card making day, and they all have to get little different pieces of colors of paper sometimes. It's from the same paper pack, but with the limits that we get, I have to maximize my paper. So some of them might get different paper. And I always tell them, but look, it's so cool because Stampin' Up! Has made it kind of, I don't want to call it idiot proof, but it's all going to match. It's all going to look so awesome. The final thing I did was add some of those iridescent pearls. And I added one to the top and the bottom, and this I used the larger size. So let me get one off here, and I just put one up there, and then I put a larger one down here like that. And voila! Beautiful card. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, I have one card that I'm going to share with you. This is actually the one more card, and I apologize I did not get to a 3D project, but this is the card that I actually did my little sneak peek to share with you guys of what I was doing, because I couldn't share a picture of the actual bundle image. But this is the one where I used that paper and cut it out for an element on my card. And it was perfect because it cut out the 1 3/4 inch circle, cut out perfectly to have that little dotted edge around that flower. So that was cut from this designer series paper right here. Keeping in mind, this is also the one that you can use that matches that embossing folder perfectly, okay? All right, so for this one, and again, I'm just going to do my layering and add it to my card base. I have a mat of the boho blue that is cut. I agree, Shelby, that's what makes it so, so cool. So this is cut 5 1/4 by 4, okay? And then I have a piece of the designer series paper that is cut 4 by 3, and a piece of Night of Navy to go behind it to pull out those navy flowers, cut 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm just gonna adhere those two together. And then I just adhered these directly to the card mat. I did not do dimensionals, since I wanted to do my dimensional and more of my my depth with the images here and the pieces that I cut out here. So we're gonna wrap some ribbon around this top part, and I'm just gonna do enough to go around the 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 piece. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of adhesive. Hello, Sonia, and welcome, my dear. I'm just gonna go right around the top of this with that. And then we're going to adhere this down to the center of the card mat here. So right in the center, this is where this is going to go. And I also cut a little piece to kind of wrap around like I normally do. So let's do that real quick. We're just going to put this up here at the top on the left-hand side. And we're going to wrap that around. And thank you all so much for sharing. I love it. I'm seeing all those comments coming in as you guys are sharing. So appreciate that. And we're just gonna cut at an angle here, a little bit like that. So far I gotta tell you ladies, all what I have designed with this new stuff. I have designed with the monkeys. There's one called the Littlest Monkeys, or the something monkey. I've designed with the monkeys. I designed with, let me think here. There's one called Zany Zoo, so I've done zoo cards. There's one called Crafting with You. That will be a online exclusive Facebook class because it's a ton of work, but I cannot wait to share that one with you. And then there's a couple others that I've done already. I've got like 7 classes already designed, and I cannot wait to share them with you all. Like, I just love it. Oh, thank you, Judy. Okay, so this one I cut out 2 different shapes. One, they're the coordinating size, so they're going to layer on top of each other. One with the Night of Navy and one with the basic white. And then I stamped, I'll listen to your silence when words are just too much. Love that. Sometimes we all just need to remember that, right? We just need to be there for each other. And I stamped that over to the left side so that I had room to put my little flower. So we're going to adhere these two together using just some seal here. Let me get that little piece of white off the bottom. I'm just going to glue those two together like that. And then I put some dimensionals on the back of this and put it on with dimensionals. So I'm going to add 4, I think I actually added some to the middle on this one too. Why? I don't know. So it's kind of your own personal preference on the dimensionals and how many you want to add to it. Thank you, Nancy. It is so awesome, isn't it? I love it. All right, so I'm just going to take off the backings of all of those 6 dimensionals, when probably 4 would have been plenty. But, you know, I got dimensional happy for a little bit. And then this is going to go on here. I did it right in the middle. It's going to go off a little bit over the sides, just a little. And then here is that flower that I cut out. And that I'm going to put on with dimensionals as well. And this is just cut with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. And I only did 2 there. All right, so that's just going to be put on here like that. And now we're ready to adhere this down to my card base. So for the card base, I chose Misty Moonlight. So you can see how those 3 blues look together. So we have Misty Moonlight, we have Boho Blue, and then we have Night of Navy. But look at how beautiful they all come together. I really wanted to kind of maximize the different shades of blue that's in this paper. And I had to say I like this these colors together the best. Like I said, this one here I did do the Balmy Blue, but I really do like those together. The final thing I did was add some pearls along the side, some of those iridescent pearls. And I think these iridescent pearls just kind of top this card off, or all of these cards. It just matches and goes with this product suite so well. And I'm just going to add 3 of the larger sized ones right along the edge here. There we go. Ta-da! And there you have it. How beautiful is that? All right, so let me bring in all of my cards that I created with you tonight. Again, this will be a class that will be opening up next week. This is a class that I'll be doing the month of May. It will be an in-person class. It'll be a club offering. It's also open for people just to register for it. Now, I will tell you that my prices are going up just a smudge. Normally, my classes are $43 to have it shipped to you. It's going to be going up to $45. I'm only raising it a couple dollars. Most of the cardstock and designer series paper has had a slight cost increase, and so it's kind of made me evaluate where I'm at with things as well. And so I just wanted to be honest with you and let you know that. And then my order option will only be going up by $5. So I also offer classes for free here in my basement with a $30 order. That will be going to a $35 order, just to kind of offset the increased cost of cardstock and designer series paper and all that wonderful stuff. All right, so anyway, hope you guys understand. I always hate doing that, but when the company raises the price, it's also a time for us as demonstrators to have to really evaluate our business as well and our model and make sure that we are staying cost effective as well. So what do you guys think? Do you like this product suite? Is it going to be one that you might be adding to your collection when the catalog goes live? I really wanted to get a 3D project done. I just simply didn't have time with family in town this last weekend. It does take when my mom's around, I try to just devote my time to her. So I just didn't have time to do all of that. But I do absolutely love how these cards turned out. And I think they're gorgeous. And I hope that you guys consider adding this to your collection as well. So again, the catalog goes live on May 2nd for all of you to be able to purchase this amazing bundle. And if you really want 3 of these cards made, I have 2 sets of them made that I'm willing to part with. If you're interested in putting in a $30 order from now through Sunday night, I will send you 3 of these cards already done, created in the mail to you by putting in an online order. And I don't have my host code here. I realized it right when I went live that I left it over on a different table. But you guys know the routine. If you go to kimsbasementbunch.com, there's a host code right there, or you simply email me, message me. I put the order in for you. Happy to to do that as well. So thank you all so very much for letting me share with you new product that I know you can't even get yet. Only a few more days, only a little bit longer, and you will be able to get your hands on new stuff as well. All right, thank you all so very much for joining me. Have a great weekend. I'll be live back with you all again next week. Again, I will not be live with you the last week in May. I will make sure you have a pre-recorded video as well. I will be on the Stampin' Up! Incentive trip, which is a cruise to the Norway fjords. And so I will be gone on that trip, and will not be able to go live with you. But like I said, I will make sure you still get inspired on Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, everyone. Thank you so, so much. Have a great weekend, and I'll be back with you all next week. Bye.